Hello, good afternoon, learning lovers. It's me, Angie, your spiritual stewardess, with today's messages. It is going to be a little bit bigger than that, I think, because I do want to look at this game changing catalyst energy of the solar eclipse here coming to us this week on Wednesday, our final and last nodal eclipse of this cycle before we get into the new energy of the nodes in January. So I have aces out here, and I'm going to be asking, what is this catalyst? So something that is ending and then right away beginning again. And there is this bridge energy here, which is our in between, which is the time from the full moon in Pisces that we pulled on a couple weeks ago, all the way to this new moon this Wednesday in Libra. We're in this in between. Spidey senses are on fleek. So I want to ask also, what is our aha moment today with the Sun Cazimi? And then Sun Mercury Cazimi. And then I want to ask what Spidey senses when our own heart's cup is full. Are we leaning on right now, or can we lean on? And then how that can manifest, because our manifestations are accelerated during this bridge between the eclipses. So pretty interesting. Hey, good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming in. We are going to see what in the Sam Hale is going on here during this bridge of the in-between. And I'm going to be asking, just in our overall sense, what does this bridge entail from the full moon in Pisces? And that was Tuesday, 9/18. And you want to look at 26 degrees in your chart. Pisces will be in blue ink if I have created a handmade personal birth chart for you. You're going to want to grab that. Okay, now walk it out. We're going to be walking our truth here. This is what this revelation is all about. That is going to be the game-changing catalyst. Underneath that is shadow self. That is a 35, which is an 8. This is a 28, which is a 10, Wheel of Fortune energy, and the Magician, all for aces. So I like that. I like that. How you guys doing today? What's up for you? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, what is up perhaps here in the environmental energy celestial teacher? You know, I've been telling you guys that for a hot minute. You're going to be game changers, your information sharers, as you are awakening to even just how to interpret the meditations. You're getting the messages you're getting through your own interpretations. You're going to be then sharing that information with other people as well. Okay, crossing energy. I mean, that's the cover of this whole deck. Isn't it beautiful? Just gorgeous. And look how that kind of looks like a butterfly up top. And Josie, it even looks like that scarab beetle shape as well, with the legs coming down here. Wow. Okay. Now, remember that we did pull 2 Mondays ago for the balsamic moon, which we're in right now, the card of the realm bridger. So this is the in-between between that full and new moon. We are on the bridge, and that is the game-changing catalyst in between. Underneath that celestial teacher is a new chapter. Okay, that's what it says. Where are we going here? Okay, walking our truth. That feels like today's energy of the aha moment here with this Cazimi. Let's first ask a little bit more here about this catalyst energy. What is this game-changing catalyst? It does, yeah. I thought so too. I've never seen that in that card. I think because yours the first name I saw, that's what made me think of that. It really does. And then out of that, this big bolt of light in that connection, because connecting to our third eye, guys, remember, that is not just all the lessons of this lifetime. When we find that pineal gland, we know what that feeling feels like. We know what our energy feels like to be in that. We get comfortable and more trusting of the messages we're receiving. Then we're connecting to all lifetimes, right? Because our soul, that Pluto energy that's at that 29-degree anaretic of the final test in Capricorn, that is that's what we're doing here. Okay, so what is coming out here? The thinking woman. This is the Libra final nodal eclipse, okay, which would be that Queen of Swords energy. It's also an 11, which when you add up today's energy, oh my gosh, 9 plus 30 plus 8 is 47. 40 plus 7 is 11 of justice, which is increased intuition. Much. That is the sign of an intuitive. If your birth date works down to an 11, then you would add the 1 to 1 to get the 2 of the High Priestess energy, which was pulled today live. I believe Marsha pulled Justice, and I pulled the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, first card. Wow. And we do see that transformational butterfly here. Here is this esoteric knowledge that she's been studying. And then again, we pass it on to others, what we learn. Okay, I like that. And then here's the community we talked about a lot too today on today's live. The energy of sharing it with others. That's pretty on the nose. Okay, we'll take that. That's a crossing energy. Stop it. Of 11. Can you guys believe this? See what y'all do when you bring your energy into the live? It gives it some supercharged Spidey sense superpowers. So, and I almost pulled out my Mace deck today, but I was like, no, I already have so much to pull on. But I might have to now with this shadow self about walking the truth, especially since Dawn was talking about those lightning bolts this morning. We'll do it. Okay, we'll do it. Green, red, and yellow. And we have this yellow butterfly, the green dress, and this red dress with the others in white. Okay, we'll do it. I'll do as I'm told here. Let's keep going. Crossed by that cornucopia energy, everything is opening up, needing patience for that. I know, patience, grasshopper. Didn't somebody talk about grasshoppers? Or maybe that's a cricket on one of Jen's cards. I think Liz has that deck too. I forget what card that is. Does you guys know what I'm talking about? The one I think that looks like the glowworm of the 80s. You know, those little the little glowworms that the little kids sleep with. My little sister had one. She loved that thing. Also, the joke on what is that show? Big Mouth. That is an adult cartoon. If you are under 18, you shouldn't be here, but you should definitely not be watching that cartoon either. It is an adult cartoon through and through. You guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's hilarious and you must watch it. Anyway, why am I even talking about that? The green glowworm, she is in a green dress, walking the truth, sharing that with others, and it does have to do with our higher consciousness learning. Okay, what is the aha? Archangel Shamuel, our own personal happiness, that third chakra right in between our rib cage. That is what makes us happy. So our aha moment, the light bulb can come in. A sign of that'll be for you is literally, does this make you happy? You'll feel it in your heart. You feel it in your energy. And that's the art of manifestation, is getting in the feeling of having it, right? I'm going to scooch these guys up. You know, I need to touch my cards. Anybody do anything fun this weekend? We had our OSU family get together on Saturday, but I tell you what, that headache I've had since Thursday is too legit to quit. The glowworms, you do? Okay, good. Thank you, Jennifer. I think you can still get them. You might be able to still get them on eBay. So, understanding our joy is crossed by appreciation. She's in a field of brambles. Okay. She's definitely had some strife here with that handkerchief, but she's focusing on the beauty of this rose and appreciating what she does have in her hand that she can be grateful for in the now, what makes our heart happy. This aha is to do with around, okay, I know if my manifestations aren't coming in, it's because I'm not in a place of gratitude. And this is even bookended here in the environmental energy. So I think that's our aha, and many more people are doing that. And as you all learn to manifest from a place of feeling, that's part of what you're sharing here too. Because when you figure out to do something, you know what? Women information share. And if masculine energy is enlightened, which a lot of the masculines in this channel are, else they wouldn't be here. They are information sharers as well. Whereas the old school, whatever was learned, especially in patriarchal society, was kept to themselves and not shared with the community, not shared within their company. They used it for their own benefit, singular benefit, to escalate higher within those companies, to get higher in the hierarchy, right? This is a completely different age we're coming into, and it's all about community energy. It's all about the better of the whole, not just the overwhelming increase of the few because they keep things to themselves. This is about sharing and expanding. And then we expand also financially through sharing as well. Okay, and that is again a 15 card. We've got 11 and 15, justice, energy, 11, as well as Wheel of Fortune here. And 15 of the devil energy, the fears. Okay, we're appreciating. I used to be afraid of the messes of life, but now I know that if I can pull out, right, if I can pull out that beautiful single rose and even just focus on the beauty of even the boohoo's, beautiful disaster, we've talked about it before, then that's how my energy starts to raise in frequency. That's how my manifestations come to me quicker. Okay, what are these extra spidey senses? There's Archangel Gabriel. He's been making a lot of appearances, especially once this new moon eclipse happens. We talked about that Mount Shasta and how I posted the picture today. The details are in the description box, how that looks like a bunch of trumpets and horns. And this is sounding the horn. This is judgment energy as well. Resurrecting. This is the veil is extra thin. And I did talk about that. Don't forget, when we tap into our third eye, we are pulling in lessons from not only this lifetime, but all others. The Pluto is the journey of the entire soul. Okay. Every single lifetime, you've had the same soul. We get different personalities through the different meat sacks each incarnation to try and work on that journey. Right. And I think what's happening here, what it looks like, is we're all sharing how to tap into that ancient wisdom, that ancient knowledge that's always been available, the realm bridger. How do we bridge the realm between the 5D and the 3D reality? Very cool. We'll keep you, since you wanted to say hello here. Door to personal healing and happiness. That is the bridge. And there's our happiness by this learning, this 3D catalyst. Okay, let's look at, so ending, well, Duh, that's what I just said. One person thinking and keeping all the information to themselves. What is ending? What is beginning? Sharing it with the community. I gotcha, because the bridge is right on this picture. That's why we got 2 cards. Okay, we trust you, Spirit. Let's go. What is this Spidey sense? What intuition? This is with a full heart's cup. Guys, can you see that Archangel Raphael of the heart chakra that we talked about? The soul star that's above the body. Our own heart's cup needs to be full so that what we share with others is of pure intention and it's not pouring from an empty cup. So I just asked, what are our spidey senses attuning to? What is our intuition telling us? It's a 38, which is also an 11. So now we've got this triangulation of learning, happiness, what's in our hearts, okay? Learning to go from the heart and not think with the heart, okay? We're thinking, what we're learning here is about our own joy and happiness, fills our heart's cup, which is what opens our intuition. And when we have the cups, the pentacles come and fall from the sky. That is the new way of knowing and understanding. And we do that by appreciating our joys of what does make us happy and what we do have and voicing that gratitude. Wow. So 39 is a 12, which is the Pisces energy of spiritual enlightenment, which was where we started at the top of the full moon coaster. In this bridge in between, this is the understanding we're coming to. Wow. Okay, that is crossed by. If our heart's tied up, what happens? If we feel stuck, we need to make that change with that 23 energy of the 5. We did just get this morning with that 5 energy, the 5 of cups, of understanding the beautiful disaster. Finally turning away from the 3, focusing on the 2. That is what lights us up inside. And you are also learning the aha moment is what has been tying us up is our heart here. And if we're trying to think our heart, it's not the way it works. There are, when they've taken slides of the heart, the cells are similar to the working capacity of a slice of brain tissue. It's very structurally similar, which is fascinating. And this is with only in the last 10 years, maybe even 5, that they've discovered this here. I want to clarify what's all tied up here. Second chakra, that's where our fears are stored. Okay. Then that blocks the creativity, which does flood, overrule and flood out our happiness. Okay, that would make sense. Some attachment energy here. That's why the shadow self. Okay, that's where we'll go there. Thank you, Spirit. We'll figure that out. It definitely is a journey. And look, she's crossing another bridge. She's coming up to the place of now, which way do I go, George? The action. What manifestation is accelerating here? Okay, anxiety. Okay, this feels like down here. I didn't even get to ask my question. So maybe we do get a little bit addicted to this fear and anxiety that ties us up. That's just a place we're used to feeling in. I don't want that for us, because that does cause anxiety, but that's not us. That's the thinking brain and conditioned patterns. It's our conditioning. That is not our heart. Okay, which obviously it would, bring that anxiety attached to this 9 energy. That needs to go. That needs to go. That's why we need to look at the shadow. So we'll definitely honor that. But let me finish my question here. What is the manifestation that will be accelerated if we can tap into our joy and heart instead of all these scary things that we feel are blocking our heart right in the present moment. If we tap into that joy spirit, what is this manifestation that can be accelerated for folks? Do we have a flipper? Oh my gosh. The journey gets accelerated. Okay, then we're able to choose. When we take the anxiety out, we tap into the creativity, because that sacral chakra, I mean, think about it. That's where babies are created. That's where we come up from the red root, right? That's where we come grounded from. That's where we get these patterns that create fear and anxiety. Our attachments are what tie us up, and it's not so and so's fault or because of who and who, right? We're discovering here that our own heart can tie us up if we're not being true to that. So what can be manifested in an accelerated way is picking the direction we're going and basing that not on fear, but of what truly brings us joy. This bridge here. And now we've got bridges bookending. Okay, crossed by. Can't make it up. Archangel Metatron, third eye. Not only just the lessons we've learned this lifetime, but see that big blue dot there in the center of his forehead? The pineal gland, when you come all the way back into the center brain cross section, it's right there in the middle. And it looks shockingly like a side view here of a nautilus shell. It twirls all the way back, not just this lifetime, but all others. And I have that attached to Mount Shasta, the knowledge we all have access to. Okay, that would make sense. This accelerated, these Spidey senses can accelerate our manifestations toward where we want to go. But again, before we even pulled any cards, we've got to be able to tap into that knowledge. And this is now walk it out, walking our truth on this journey. That is beautiful, guys. And walking towards sharing that with others. That scarab beetle is a symbol of Egyptian energy reincarnation. Okay. So let's figure out what these, why Spirit wants to talk about the shadow self too. Underneath that, this is connected to Archangel Michael, the red root, the connectedness of all things, the 10 of Pentacles, our past conditioning, our past roots. Wow. Okay. I want to pull this shadow self. I think the celestial teacher intuition's already been covered here. Literally walking our truth, discovering what that truth is, sharing it, discovering where our happiness lies. And the way we activate these Spidey senses, again, is by filling our own heart's cup and not from a watered cup that's been sitting there and stagnant, right? Because that's not good for us. It's not good for anyone around us. The journey is in here, guys. Really learning to do this is a game changer. 11, 11, 11, all training to the heart and pointing at this bridge. 1 and 1 is 2. High Priestess energy. Journey into the subconscious mind. Let's see here why this shadow self wants to, this is coming up 1, 2, 3, 4 times from Spirit. So it's important here, guys. 28. Anybody else was talking this morning on spiritual that since Thursday, all that water coming in, just my head is just Nothing has worked. Nothing. Like all my tricks. Okay, so the shadow self has to do with our base, our root chakra, and our sacral chakra. Okay, that's where this anxiety and fear literally lives. That blocks our heart and blocks creativity. It blocks our joy. This is why this is so important. Okay, so from the Cosmic Oracle, know y'all like to know your decks here. Unless we learn to face our own shadows, we'll continue to see them in others because the world outside us is only a reflection of the inside of us. Yes, we may be wondering why we've been facing so many triggers and challenges of late. Yeah, it's been extra spicy, hasn't it? Things have been going well despite a few road humps along the way, but the challenges that have been appearing all around recently may seem so overwhelming and disorienting. Okay. Just when we thought we had everything under control, it seems as though the world has suddenly shifted. Spirit understands confusion and uncertainty during this period. Rest assured, dear one, this is a time of cleansing and healing, and all that was avoided and hidden inside of us, tied up because of these attachments. 23 is a 5. This is a 5. We've got the 55 here. Double change. And 99, that's ending. 36 is a 9, 18 is a 9, 55, 99. Whatever's beginning swiftly, whatever's ending, there's a new beginning right away. Whatever's changing, we go all the way to 9. It's like a little bridge. It's a jump. It's a chutes and ladders. It is a chutes and ladders back into our heart's cup and back into a place of being able to tap into that ancient wisdom. Wow. We're exploring and uncovering the darkest shadows of ourselves, and this is why we're being faced with insurmountable challenges and triggers. It is only from being pressured that this darker side of us surfaces. It's an important and necessary time. As hidden parts of us surface, be gentle. Send love and compassion to the wounded parts of ourselves. If there is rage, send love. If there is hurt, send love. This is the counteracting card for all of this in the environment right now. That's crazy. Crazy beautiful, just like y'all. Wow. Okay, sending love and compassion. If there's hurt, send love. May love reign on all aspects, no pun intended, of us, whether they be dark or light. This period can be quite testing, being challenged by unforeseen events, triggered by people closest to us, even so. Through this cleansing process, our level of consciousness is expanding to new and heightened states of awareness and clarity. Now walk it out. Wow. As we move through this period, be assured we are not alone and that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light. Wow. When we get on this journey, guys, when we get this bit of the lesson that no matter is what is happening in the environment, if we feel tied up, why do we feel tied up? What anxieties, what fears can we look at dead in the face and even ask ourselves, is it real or not? A lot of times our mind and our conditioning will play tricks on this. Well, if I got clobbered in love that one time or those last 5 times, that is attachment. That is conditioning. Only we can practice secure attachment with people that are worthy of that. And it can start with a family member. It can start with a best friend. And it sounds so silly to think we have to practice that. But you know what? That past conditioning, if it's had us bound up for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, it's not that simple. Sometimes just by knowing and going, I've looked you right in the face. I see you now. You're not going to steal my joy. Not today. That might be the aha moment of just seeing this does not have anything to do with it. Has to do with past fears and what has happened in the past. But remember, that was a past you, right? That we were our past selves. We weren't this new self going on this new Spidey sense of being able to tune into not only our own lessons of this lifetime, but all other lifetimes. And look at that. Archangel Michael is that root chakra, which is all of our past life contracts. And right behind him, we have man holding a heart, and we have the magician in the mirror. That's how we learn from those relationships about what we need to look at within ourselves. And then here comes the love when our cup is full. We just got to fight against this, the anxieties and the fears. We just got to look at them. I mean, it's important here. It's shown up a lot. The affirmation is, I am healed as I acknowledge all aspects of myself. That's repeated here a lot. Let me look. Let's get some separation of energy here. Let's try. Okay. If you look at all the green parts of your chart or just your earth signs, okay, if you have a computer generated chart, you are looking at everything that is in Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. So what is the shadow energy here for earth energies? Let's look. So all those areas of your chart, this could apply. What about the Taurus area of their chart? What energy here? How are earth signs showing up right now? How are earth signs showing up? We've got 2. Let's keep going. I just want 1, Spirit. 3, 2, 1. Okay, earth signs, Prince of Cups in reverse, which would be the Knight of Cups in reverse, not making the love offer, not believing in romance, maybe feeling a little grounded or practical in this energy. Okay, what about how are air signs showing up in the air parts of your chart? If that's for me, that is going to be the purple areas of your chart. And that will be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What archetypal energy here? How are they showing up in these parts of their chart? Right there. The King of Pentacles, and that was reversed. I think I'm holding my deck upside down, so I'll take that into account, though. That would be that lack mentality, that thinking, well, I think my bank balance isn't where I want it to be, right? But then we've got to remember that we don't keep trying harder for the pentacles. We try harder for filling our own heart's cup and recognizing what it is that makes us happy. Our third chakra, unblocking that energy, then the flow comes. Then that's what we're learning here. This is what we're learning. 1111 to make the 2 of today's energy. So we don't want to be overthinking in those air parts, those life areas of our chart. Realize that if we put passion and love in, that's going to bring the pentacles. That's the good news, right, guys? Hey, thank you guys all for coming in. It's the ADHD struggle bus is real. I get so focused, and when I see these synchronicities, I want to make sure that I'm covering them, or then I get swept up in y'all's fun. Water energy. Now, speaking of passion, there is the King of Wands. So how do we, what are we going to do with that water? We got to put some passion in it. light up that teapot, light up, start boiling that water, start putting some passion into this heart, this cup, this water energy, because you know that water heating fire heating water makes steam, and the King of Wands is steamy. So wherever those creative water areas of life are for you in your chart, those are going to be blue. If you've got a handmade chart by me, if you have a computer generated one, that is going to be the houses that are including Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for you. Aw, loving all the hearts. Hi, Jonna. Hi, Larissa. Miss Jennifer. Miss Josie. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Larissa, didn't you got a, weren't you got a reading this morning, right? I don't have my notes. I didn't even get to ask my question, but if it means anything to you, since I was looking at your name there, that is the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, learning about love. Page of Cups is also about looking at our past loves. That would be to inform of us of some shadow aspects here from conditioning. Where am I tying myself up here? Where am I letting anxiety and fear like really consume my creative energy? Therefore, if I cut off my heart, I cut off my journey into the subconscious mind. Okay, so that was forever. Whoever needed to hear that. Okay, fire, fire, fire. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So that's some, maybe you had some lost confidence, and my cards are upright here because I did fix them. So it came out reversed. The fire areas of your chart. I mean, Hera, she's the most confident. She's the queen of the queens. She's the lower octave empress. And we could feel, maybe that's why we're feeling this little bit of trepidation here, or maybe, you know, it's hard to, we're seeing the appreciation. We understand the lesson and the message of that brings, and knowing we need to make a judgment call. It's hard when the heart hurts, isn't it? Like it is when our confidence has kind of been clobbered before. I get it. I mean, who hasn't had their heart clobbered? And if you haven't, we haven't lived. I highly doubt that. My demographic is like 30 to 70-year-olds, so that's mostly my subscribers. Who hasn't had her heart clobbered? So the Queen of Pentacles would also could be feeling in those life areas of your chart. If that's for me, those are going to be the orange fire areas. If you have a computer generated chart, that's going to be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius life areas of your chart. And just feeling like we don't have it all together. Maybe those fiery houses feel like kind of a mess to us at the moment, and we're not able to appreciate all that we have because we just might have some chaos, especially for with those flooding we talked about this morning. And hello, Hurricane Helena, like that is very environmental, I guess, just tied up at the moment. Let's see, bottom of the deck, environmental energy there, Queen of Cups energy. Needing to put this heart energy is coming through super, super strong. The journey of the heart. Okay, well, since I had out my mace deck, let's see here. Where maybe we working through some things? Earth sign, earth parts of your chart, those green areas, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Where are we working what's our heart closed off to here in those areas of life? Could just be your sun sign. It could be your rising energy, which would be how you're seen, how you lead, right? Our ego, ourselves. Think about that's when we're born. That's when we take our first breath, and there's that child. So, especially if you have an earth sign ascendant, the shadow of the magical child is pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Like, I just want to keep staying inside and not see how I'm letting fears keep me inside and chained to this post. Okay. She's looking at that mask that's tiring. That's tiring. It is tiring. It's tiring her up. Now, to counteract that, the light attribute to focus on would be seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And that was our aha moment here, guys. Seeing beauty in all these brambles. I'm just going to focus on the beauty of this rose because that's what I have here in front of me. And she's in that earth element for those earth energies. Okay. What about for air signs or air parts of our chart? Where could we have a little peek at these attachments or shadows? Okay, feeling in those air areas of our chart, maybe this lack or the lack of funds. Student. Okay, so looking at Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius parts of our chart, and that's learning. The air is all about the learner, right? So the shadow of that would be arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action, sitting at home because I know what I'm afraid of, but I'm going to let it trip me up and bind me up anyway. Okay, knowing too much, the thinking woman here, and that is like I've been through too much. And that has hurt me, destructive knowledge. And there's like these fiery energies around him. It's like lighting his tree of life on fire, right? That's destructive. That will definitely destroy. And it's interesting that it's a tree here for air energy with the King of Pentacles, the earth energy. How do we translate that knowledge into action and go on this journey, focusing again on our own things that make us happy and not assuming that just because we've been clobbered in the past, especially in those life areas of air or purple in your chart, that it's going to happen again. If we think that, then that's what we're going to pull in, right? That's because we're in this major manifesting moment. How are we going to use it? Humility and devotion to knowledge, thinking woman here with our what is a game-changing catalyst, knowledge. A devotion to it, openness to lifelong learning. Just because I learned those things the hard way doesn't mean I'm always going to learn them the hard way, especially when I'm tapping into the knowledge of my heart as the brain and not just relying on that brain is the brain. Okay. Wow. So we're still seeing the repetitive messages here. It's just breaking it up into chunks a little bit. We'll take that. Water energies with the passion and the King of Wands. What you got you boiling over here? Passion much, femme fatales? I love a good femme fatale story. Okay, so the shadow aspect, I told you that was spicy. Inappropriate use of sensuality or attachment to money and power. Okay, I see it, I want it, it's mine is the moniker of the King of Wands. So especially when it's tied to our emotions and in our passion, depending on that life area where you have water in your chart. I mean, I have a Cancer stellium in the 12th house of water and my moon in water. So like I get that. Passion is a very big driving factor. So the light attribute, but the only thing is like I could care. I mean, you need money to get by. I don't care a lick about power. Who cares about that? But if you do, it's okay. Just not I am trying to learn Leo this lifetime with that ascendant here, but I'm just like, okay, I see it, I want it, it's mine. But if it doesn't involve creativity and passion and something I feel great about here in my old age, I'm not doing it just to do. I'm not sacrificing just to be nice, right? Our time is money and energy. And if we have the time and the creativity to do something, and it's something you passionately want to do, pursue that, but not for the reason of power of money, for the simple pleasure, because then the money comes, right? The light attribute, it would be highlighting our erotic energy of the feminine, water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This opens your heart when dependency, okay, is rejected. Okay, dependency on, well, I'm used to getting what I want when I want it. But there is a shift into that. And if we're doing it out of, that really does make me feel feminine and sensual, male or female, doesn't matter. We are not doing something to depend on it. We're doing it out of passion and heart. Yeah, not depending. This is not going, oh, well, I see this red and black. Anxiety, attachment. Look at the colors of this card. I would love to look up a little bit more in Mace's book. If you've never read or listened to Soul Contracts by Carolyn Mace, put that on your list. And boy, you want to talk about aha moments. Let's keep going here. What about this Queen of Pentacles that was in reverse in the fire areas of our chart? Feeling like we're not in a place to nurture or care, or like we're at the top of a game. Okay. Fire signs, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The shadow is concealing deep fears. This is all repeating, guys. Concealing deep fears behind verbal, okay, or physical abuse. Look, and this would, the Queen of Pentacles is the mama bear. She's the one that protects everyone. So if she's in reverse, she's kind of like, F all y'all, wherever those life areas in our chart, right? So if that is in, for instance, your family portion of your chart where you have this fiery energy, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, this can even be bullying ourselves, guys. That's a shadow aspect of the bully. It comes from fear. It comes from fear. This could also be a fire sign that's not being nurturing to you. Okay, keep that in mind. Environmental energy, because the environmental energy is fear here. This could be around you as well. The light attribute to this is that it highlights our tendency to intimidate others. Is there someone in that life area that's orange in your chart, or Aries, Saggy, or Leo, part of your chart? Is there someone in that life area, if it's in your work portion of your chart, your 10th house, are you being bullied? Okay. There's always one in every office, isn't there? Or every place that you work. It helps us confront the inner fears that bully ourselves. If this is in our house of subconscious, that 12th house, or the 8th house of what is hidden, that Scorpio, Pluto energy of how we can change, those fears are very deep seated. And again, what can be hidden is what's tying us up. And what can be a game-changing catalyst here is literally looking it right in the face. What makes us anxious? What makes us afraid? What blocks our creativity, and therefore our heart chakra, and therefore our third eye? Okay. Feels like a self bullying of, you're just going to get clobbered again. right? Those repeated patterns of negative self-talk. Okay, because that's what reverses our own Queen of Pentacles. We can't get that crown on just right. It's a little tilted to the side. It's a little askew. Now, any of these cards, guys, that you have a specific question on, please put those in the chat. I am happy to clarify and ask specific questions. Our first Ace of Coins was all about that 47-11-11 energy, book ended by cornucopia, and we ask what is ending and what is beginning. What's ending is this overthinking. What we've learned is transforming us, and what is beginning is that we are sharing what we know with the community, which then brings the pentacles, the cornucopia, because it's coming from the heart when we share, right? Aw, I love you too, Guy. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. I love you too. This is literally the brightest joy of any day when I get to do a read. I felt so out of sorts for not being able to read yesterday, but then I listened to Cerise Sunday. If you guys didn't see that, it was really good. It was all very similar to the cards I pulled for myself, which was to recharge and about this upgrade of spiritual knowledge coming in. And our bodies have to be at rest to do that. And I knew I was pushing. My head is, again, it's still there, but I did get to rest and rejuvenate. So let's see what this, give me some more on the thinking woman, this Queen of Swords energy, 11 of Justice. What is balancing here? Wow. Getting justice regarding a Tower of some love situation or choice. Okay. It's not an easy one, or else we wouldn't see us, that thinking woman's getting stuck in her mind, right? Those two ships of the lovers are moored by our overthinking. This card and the Judgment card, which is a 20, which is another 2 energy. Those are the only 2 cards in this entire deck where we see this angel with the green moss colored wings, and they look very velvety. So this is an attachment to some judgment, some choice. Okay. And do you know it's going to blow some ish up or something? Is that why we're are we fearing the aftermath of this choice? I mean, could well be, but look at this esoteric knowledge here underneath her skirt. What that opens, she's opening this up. By opening our hearts here, you are opening again the esoteric knowledge, the High Priestess energy. That is what the book that she's holding on that card. Okay, as that opens up and you raise your personal vibration, even if we've got to, what's that? You gotta crack some eggs to make, what's that saying, you guys? You gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. Okay, I mean, we've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. And it's, we can't then revert back to the overthinking about it. Like, does it make you happy or not? Is this new bridge on the other side? Welcome to the other side. Which way that you pick, does that lead? Is that from the heart? Is that from the brain energy of the heart? Or is that stinking thinking and out of past fears and doing something and repeating that we've always done? Let's see what crossing energy is. Those 3 just shot out. Yeah, it requires leaving behind literally what does not make us happy. That trining energy of the 11s. What is fair and balanced for you inside and your heart is what brings you fairness and balance in the future by making this choice. Underneath that, choice about something from the past. And this Six of Cups is really interesting in Houston's deck because this swan has sung its last swan song. These are twins. This is a past life connection. You don't get that with lovers energy, especially lovers and Six of Cups, the yin and the yang of it. Okay. If we are stuck reminiscing in the past, is it still like that or not? Eight of Cups says, I've been swimming in the same lake and I gotta find a body of moving water. I gotta follow the moving water, the tributary that leads me out into the ocean of my heart, that what does fill my cup. The only thing that's stopping you, the only thing that's tying you up is the prison of our mind. And whether those, I say it all the time, the invisible bars of society, of religion, of our culture, of our conditioning, and our attachment wounds. Healthy versus unhealthy attachment. You can have balance in what you want, but it's going to require cracking a few eggs to cross that bridge and make a new omelet. What's on the other side of it is so much better than what you've experienced. But because you haven't experienced it before and it ended in whatever kind of way that was ouchy, right? At the very least, it keeps us inside. That anxiety keeps us inside, like that Two of Wands. Should I stay? Should I go? The only reason you're not, the 9 and end in it, is because of fear. It's blocking this heart chakra. So I really feel like my encouragement here is to help you walk your truth. Like, no matter what eggs need to be cracked, if you knew you wouldn't fail, which when your heart is involved in it, and it's for the highest good of all, you're tapping into your third eye of knowledge here and understanding what the next steps are, what are the next breadcrumbs. You're not going to fail. You won't. Not when it's for the best and highest good of all, because that is something that does come from the heart, right? You know it, you feel it, what that feeling is. I felt such guilt with, deciding on whether to stay in the school system or not. That was gut-wrenching. And, at the end of the day, how can it be for the highest good of all if I'm working 60, 70-hour weeks? I'm depleted and I'm up at night. I can't sleep because I'm worried about kids having boots, like just constantly just feeling, all that water energy. I can't not feel. I can't ignore what's going on. And that's hard to see. And I feel like I am still teaching now. I am still using my knowledge here. I'm a forever student. I will forever be. It's one of the reasons I love astrology, physics, tarot, sacred geometry. You're never going to learn it all. But I can share what I know so far with y'all, and then y'all can share that. Right? We're doing it. We're doing this journey, this thing called life here together. But it is something to do with someone you've celebrated with here before in the past. This could even be a family member. It is a one-on-one, regarding a one-to-one connection of some kind. And this is whatever label you deem that as. Okay, this is two people's wands. Their actions, their physical energy is equal here. And that is also an energy of celebration. When I'm asking here about this catalyst for change, it is a commitment of some kind that this is the most love in the entire deck, the Queen of Cups. It's the most love that can be offered. It definitely involves love, a new start at love, and here's our 11s. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, come back to the Queen of Swords, the thinking woman. This is here. Wow. Okay, I can't believe this 11 energy it came out for Teresa and I on Friday night too. She got the 1111 angel number, and then the person I pulled for, which is always everybody. We're all here together. Got two aces as well. Love and passion. Fire and water make steam. This could have been something steamy, even, and that's why we have this great love. This, that's hard. It is. Let's be honest. It is hard. If it was extra steamy, that can definitely have us sticking around for extra few minutes, times, ones, whatever. I know. It's okay. It's all right. I just don't want there to be fear that is connected to that. Okay, guys. Again, if you have, and we are growing together. I love that we're doing that. I love still being able to teach. I never in a million years thought it would be like this. That's for sure. Can't make it up. Looking at those 11s, wondering what they are, and there's Justice 11. Thanks, Spirit. Balancing passion with our heart's cup. It raises our vibration. Again, looking at these fears, present moment, allowing that to end. The new beginning is one of joy and choice and spiritual enlightenment. Comes out of love. It's the beautiful disaster. What is the tower of this choice, and why getting all tied up here? It feels like that's staying tied up. It's the attachment piece. So go back through and just look at those shadows. We all share the shadow of the child, the wounded child inside for sure. Geez, 2 of Cups right on the top here. The only ones that are showing. It's kind of a chunky pile. We've got the 2 of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the 5 of Wands, another 5 with these double 5s here. This is replenishing in this deck. She is replenishing this stone soldier, and it's not clear purposely whether this is her own heart or someone else's. The Knight of Cups traditionally is making that love offer and can be in love with love, in love with the romance of it. Why the Tower? This could be something that's getting revitalized. This is either your own heart, like we said over here, filling our own heart's cup with what makes us happy, prioritizing that. And this could also be when you elevate your energy, there's a renewal coming in. This committed partnership from the past can be a renewal of love and passion. It's really making you think, though. Is it balanced now? Are you seeing actions and not just words? If this is a person coming your way that wants to rejuvenate this. Under that is the Queen of Wands that came up in reverse. Didn't we have a Queen of Wands come up in reverse? No, it was Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Guess not. That was there was something about something that pushed back or hurt our confidence. I know I saw that, and now confidence is all about Queen of Wands. That's the balance is restoring here. It doesn't matter. You know what? Fine. Who doesn't care? This tower that you're in your head about, guys, what are they going to say? What are the neighbors going to think? What's the boss going to think if I, usurp his position? Like, who cares? 5 of Wands is just a fearful energy, not acting like a team player, wanting to be the winner, chicken dinner, right? 5 of Wands is wanting to be the ball hogger of the team, of the soccer team, and not playing as a team. This is afraid someone will stab us in the back. You can never go wrong by with love, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, it's you got Queen of Cups here, Knight of Cups, the offer. I mean, oh, look. Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Sun. That cup energy, that heart chakra is really the only thing that can mess us up is our own fear. And we've got to make the choice, right? This fire energy has to choose to put her foot underneath. This is focusing on the Two of Cups, the Five of Cups that I talked about this morning. Letting the Three of Cups that are broken be left behind. Leaving that lake that's the same old body of water that can get stagnant if it doesn't rain. Okay, you've got to step away and focus on the two and go on this journey, this choice. It's one way or the other way. That is what's going to be manifested in an accelerated way because you've made the choice from your heart. So either replenishing your heart or someone else is pouring into yours or you're pouring into someone else's. But there's a fear here because of this Tower. What are people going to say? Stinking thinking. Again, if it's from the heart and the best and highest good of all involved, the person that's only going to have anything to say isn't that elevated, are they? They don't get energy yet. They don't see that change or that it's for their best and highest good at the end of the day, because they want to hurt somebody else or put somebody else down for just wanting something of equal measure. There's King of Swords. Man, lots of fixed energy in the Kings, and there's this lot of this fear, guys, but we cannot stay there. Please look up attachment wounds. Look up insecure versus secure attachment. There's 4 different insecure attachment styles. That is determined before the age of 18 months. This is a card of age 18. You could have had anxiety your entire life, and you literally have no idea why, because your needs weren't met when you're a little baby. And that's not finger pointing. That's not fault finding. You know, what do I expect an 18-year-old to do with a brand new baby? You know, they are a baby. You know, but it also doesn't usurp the fact that my needs weren't met to no fault of my own or their own. And then in these relationships that are mirrors for us to teach us about ourselves, that's how we get balanced. And that whole time, if you're coming from a place of anxiety, you're running or you're overgiving or you're doing a little bit of both. There is this King of Cups, man holding a heart here twice underneath the bottom of the energy. And hello, we all know how hot I think Archangel Michael is. They're both, oh, look at their heart-ons. They both got hearts on their picture. They both have heart-ons. That's cute. Okay. 5 of Swords on the bottom. Lots of this change. This is all fear, guys. All fear. And it's like, oh, so easy, Ange. Just get over the fear. Just get over the fears. Let's get a little more on that. I'll keep that out there. What is the fear? Let me put these guys back in. I want a fresh dance. What is this? Again, if you see any cards and you're like, hey, Ange, but what about that? You're working on detachments. Oh, that's hard. Detachments, that's a big one. That is a big one, because we form attachments, right? Like literally. And that's what is chaining us. And then literally the first time that you read about it, you just go, oh, and then you think back to every relationship and you're like, aha. And when you do get to the point of being able, it's very healing. Look at that. That is the south node, that little horseshoe shape there. That's what leads to our healing and bringing in what it is we do want. There's that Chiron energy in Aries. We still have our wounds, our attachment wounds. We don't even know. If we don't know what they are, then how can we look at them? It's like, well, how could I have been a runner for 20 some years? And then you can absolutely turn into the anxious type because the other person's a runner type. So there is so much to learn there. It's, if you take it from a curiosity standpoint instead of a place of self-blame, that is how we then come up out of this into our happiness in our heart that's been blocking us all along, especially if we never even knew where this was coming from. You know, why do these things end? Why can't I trust people? Why, right? Okay, I just heard Tell Me Why by Winona Judd. Why am I always bored in relationships? Why don't I ever get what I want? This is the Billie Eilish I'm So Bored card. Bored with the current cups. Well, what makes you happy? What makes you not bored, guys? Certainly not getting creamed with this Ten of Swords. It's this, what I said earlier, the past pains and this fear energy of the sacral chakra. 36 is a 9, 18 is a 9. That's what keeps us inside and not willing to try again. But we're bored because we haven't put ourselves out there and really asked ourselves what we wanted. We just let that fear of, I'm going to get creamed again. I'm just not going to be, happy again. I'm just going to get bored. Well, what would make us not bored? Okay. The end of this betrayal energy here, tens are the end that needs to reset to this aha moment of, again, past life energies, because we don't just learn lessons from this lifetime and we can tap into that third eye. We understand this repetitive pattern of the soul and what we want to try to solve each lifetime. It doesn't have to be hard. I mean, she's done a lot of work to be able to play the lead of Swan Lake. That doesn't come from sitting at home going, I wonder, or just being afraid. If we're at home, fine. I love being in my hidey hole. I got a lot of Cancer energy. I get it. I love my crab shell. But what do you do in that crab shell? Are we taking the time to learn and be able to have that moment where we pour our energy into being that little self-detective? And if we can see it in a way that's not, threatening, we're not attacking ourselves. I feel like we stab our own selves in the back by not looking at what these wounds may be. Again, it's not about blame. It's not like, oh, I don't want to blame my parents. No, it's not that. They had the same wounds, probably. It's generational, right? And we can have the buck stop with us when we understand the information, but it takes work. It takes a lot of work to drop this burden. Look at that. 10 and 10. A lot of work stopping those familiar synapses of I'm just going to get betrayed again. And also on the other end of that is it's just going to burn up anyway. Why bother? Or you doing all the work. Okay. This is self work. Only she can condition. Only she can practice however many hours a day it took to land that role. And then the end result of it is gorgeous. The starring role in your own life. That's how we come out of fear, because that does help us feel in control. And there's that Ace of Cups again. That's how we're pouring into our heart's cup. Raphael of the heart, chakra opening on the Ace of Cups. Book ending here, these cards. Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups. That's what changes. That's what changes this whole direction, guys. Information, self-love, new journey, the Fool. All right. How can, new journey, the Fool. There's that, the owls of wisdom, of knowledge, ending a cycle to begin anew. Everything else that fell on the floor, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, again, Three Pentacles in reverse, not starting a new foundation, the Moon in reverse, revelation, and Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The revelation may stop us here if we stay in this fear. If we fear the tower, okay, we're getting afraid of it before it even happens. So it is a choice whether to pour all that practice, all that work. Think of how long it takes to plant a huge garden, right? Especially if you're trying to eat from that. Our fall harvest, our fall equinox. Let me see. What new journey with this knowledge about attachment? What new journey? Knight of Pentacles. Look at her with a Sith. She is just chopping out all the bullshit. Knowledge. But this turns into something 3D, because the Knight of Pentacles gets to their destination. They're dependable. And if you feel like you're the only person you can depend on is yourself, that's okay. I get it. I get it. Some of that is because of attachment, and a lot of that is because we've only been able to ever depend on ourselves. And I think we're looking at the truth of this. We're not afraid to be curious and do the work that it's going to take to play the starring role in our life. And in comes love and a decision. If this past comes floating back in again, are you going to take what you've learned and what you've communicated into the community? And are you going to go towards your sun of happiness like Archangel Samuel wants us to do? This is the aha moment. What is it that makes us happy? How can I get there within myself? What fears are holding me back from discovering the ways in which I hold myself back? This is a no-brainer if we get to that point. Okay, there's a reason that shadow kept coming out for us here. Where are we going? To a place where we get presented with the same choice again? Are they Six of Pentacles on the bottom there? More balance, and there's a fall energy, leaves all around and pumpkins. This is now Seven of Cups, Five of Swords. There's that full moon grounding ourselves. This is a fragmented sense of self, but there's scary things in those cups, Ange. Yeah, but there's good ones too. Are we going to let fear of all the bad things that could go wrong? And I feel like they go wrong if we pick up this floater. Again, we do have Tower that puts us in our head regarding something we love or someone. Okay. And again, this fear this is a decision too. Two of Swords is a crossroads. The crossroads is for us here. What they're trying to encourage us to be this catalyst for change is what we're learning about our shadow, cutting through our own bullshit, doing our own work so we don't stab ourselves in the back or heart, because Five of Swords is, gaslighting. That's all about the negative loop in our mind. That's anxiety. That's fear. What just shot down here? Ten of Cups. When you have the Ten of Cups, the love, the pentacles fall from the sky. We cannot get there in the old place the way that we got there before. We're just going to get to the same destination we always got to, whatever that attachment is. Our worst enemy here, guys, is our own mind. I get that. Especially if you have a lot of air in your chart, depending on where that is in your chart, this stinking thinking, not being able to pick a side, knowing I need to walk away from something, but not wanting to. We saw the Eight of Cups twice. Ten of Cups is available, but it's a choice. Which side of that two are we going to go on? I feel like we need to replenish ourselves, the 2 to the 3. Manifestation, accelerated manifestation right now. Can we manifest? Please bring me the information I need so that I know that I'm no longer a part of my own trajectory as far as fear, anxiety, and these attachment wounds that I didn't even know I had. Well, let's figure them out. We can do it together. You know how honorable that is to do that for yourself? I'm already proud of you just for even being curious. Okay. All right. Let's get some advice for y'all, and I'll let you go. Let's see here on the split, laying a solid foundation, a 6, it's all about walking our truth and looking at that shadow selves and what makes us happy, how we've stopped ourselves from our own happiness. It's not that we can't meet nice people or hotties or that we're of a certain age. That's all. It's just a number. Think about what energy you want to move forward in. All right. Talked about that yesterday, taking time out. This is the change of the 5s to the 9s. Taking time out to examine what's inside that cave, even if it's when we hibernate over this winter. It's a good time to do it. Be ready for that brand new year, that new nodal cycle. This is crossed by, you cannot make that up, Jose. Oh my Lanta. Magic works through you. Accelerated manifestation. This is the bridge. We're there right now. Wow. Spidey senses are tuning in Tokyo. Big time. This is the key to this past life, solving this. If this has happened lifetime after lifetime, our soul wants us to solve this, okay? Get curious, because magic does work through you. Woo, it's a big one. Let's end with some fun. I'll go back to the top of the chat here for y'all. You're still here. Thank you. I know you got busy lives. You're like, come on, Ange. All right. Miss Josie. 0 Fox Given. And you're cute as hell. Just saying. We love that. Miss Jennifer, a funny affirmation for Miss Jennifer. Raise the vibe, one breath at a time. Keep calm and effing breathe, girl. One vibe at a time. One vibe at a time. Don't go trying to fix all your shadows at once. We get overwhelmed and we quit. Been there, done that. Like, this is so overwhelming. It is, but it's also cool. Moth spirit surrender now. It's on a 12 card, just saying. Talked about that spiritual enlightenment at the top of the Pisces moon. Spicy energy. Let your freak flag fly. Mid-November, going back, moving back into Aquarius there with that 180 table flipper Pluto. Okay, let me get else here. That was Jennifer. Miss Larissa. Fun card for Miss Larissa, please. No way. Has it been oh my gosh, guys, this seems like 10 minutes. I swear to God. That's how you know when you're in high frequency energy. Time flies so fast. What came out here? Don't just do something. Sit here. Surf the serenity. And also has to do with the same energy. Find your effing center. And if they have to send you home on an inflatable donut, maybe the surprise was that it was a better weekend than you thought it was going to be. Just saying, you never know. There's an awful lot of love energy here. Lots of passion. Lots of passion. Okay, let me see for Miss Jana. Card for Miss Jana. Thank you. Like no one's watching, or if they are, give it up. Give me Nirvana I can dance to. Like that. Give me Nirvana I can dance to. That's an awesome affirmation there. Okay, let's get for, I know something flew out there. Miss Josie, I just want to make sure I'm seeing everybody right. Whatever came out here. Oh, I'm teaching yoga tonight. Peace, love, and yoga pants. Oh, and fuzzy slippers too. Okay. I think that's everyone. Let me know if you still have any questions. Never be sorry for being late, Miss Peggy. I can't wait for you to, well, geez. I can't wait for you to have your free reading. Congratulations, guys. If you didn't know, Miss Peggy won. We do a monthly drawing when we have our episodes. Our next one will be episode 7 on the 20th of October, and we'll be drawing again. Miss Peggy, oh, look at all these flipping cards, Miss Peggy. You got this last time. And we joked about... We made a joke about the hot dog, make me one with everything. And then he was frank with me. That the same, you know, the odds of that is weird. I will die if there's some kind of connection with a hot dog stand or a ball game, or maybe when you're out with the boys doing their sports, make sure you go grab a hot dog. You never know who you can meet. You never know. All right, guys. Thank you for being awesome. I love you so much. Love you, mean it. And I will see you tomorrow on my channel, Friday Live at 6. And yeah, those will be some posted readings and some live readings when I can squeeze them in. I just love being in your energy. And thanks for allowing me to swim with you all. It's my honor and privilege. Love ya. Bye-bye.